to learn something. But the question I want to ask is, now that you heard this truth, you've come to learn more about it. You've been in it for a while. You've been building yourself up, trying to live a righteous life. But the question is, what do you want? A lot of you say, I want the kingdom. Well, what are you doing with this newfound strength or knowledge that you have to get the kingdom? You know, are you making excuses? Or are you going hard in the paint every day? You letting the ailments of your body plague you. You're letting your thoughts plague you. You're letting the ways of this world plague you. The thoughts of other people plague you. But all your life, they've been lying to you, misleading you. And now that you found yourself, you know, now that you've been awakened to this truth, now you start doubting yourself. Is it really worth it? Or they don't know my situation. They don't know me. They don't feel my pain. Wrong, brother and sister. We all going through the same things at different times in life, but we are going through the same thing. Through the hurts, the ups and downs, the tragedy, the triumphs, oppression more than one. Number one. We all going through the same thing. But being in this truth, I want to ask you, what do you want from it? Because a lot of our people, they don't want it like they say, because they don't do the things that's required. You know, they still making provision for the flesh. They still going out their way just to be oppressed. And when they can't be oppressed, they feeling down, they feeling blue. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this now. The Lord ain't sent you here to be comfortable. You ain't been comfortable all your life. But, when you think about it, getting up, clocking in, clocking out, giving away your life to a business that you don't own for crumbs, you know, and you think you're doing something because you are able to participate in it. But what do you want? You want to be accepted by everybody? You want everybody to applaud your efforts? You know, what works are you putting in? These are the questions you gotta ask yourself. Am I putting in the work that I need to be? Are the people that I go out to save, talk to, teach, am I putting forth my best effort to teach them? If I want them to become better, I want them to change, what am I doing to help them? If I'm a sister and I see my sisters out here destroyed as hell, more now than ever, what am I doing to make change? Or am I just worried about myself, how I look and how I feel? Brothers, what are you doing? Are you just looking for money to still stay on the bottom? Is that all you're looking for? Just to start a business, just to make money, just to make it rain, just to pull up? What's your mission? What's your purpose? What is your purpose in life? You know, what do you want? The Lord already got a plan for you. He tell you constantly throughout the scriptures. But the question is, do you want what he already prescribed for you? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. A lot of our people, they don't want it. They just want to thrive here in Babylon somehow, knowing you would never be able to do that, which makes no sense to me. You come into this truth and realize that everything was set up to destroy you, yet and still, you still trying to thrive here. I don't understand that. If anything, you should be going harder to give your people more knowledge as to what's going on. Help them to change their situations. But a lot of us make room for our faults rather than trying to iron them out or crush them, we make room for them. Try to be sneaky, deceitful, you know. Try to hide behind closed doors in the dark, behind the keyboard, you know, behind the phone. Trying to make provision for the things that we know we should not be doing, you know. But hey, still the question remains, are you ready? What do you want? A lot of our people still doing foolishness, still are not putting forth the effort that's needed to make change. You know we're supposed to read, our people don't read. We're supposed to study, we don't study. I don't understand. How can you become better at anything when you don't put forth the effort? But we put forth effort for worldly things, you know. How can you expect a brother or sister to become better when you're not building yourself up to be able to build them up, to help them realize their faults or how to correct them? You know, these are the things that we got to consider on a daily basis. That's why the scripture tell you to examine yourself. The only reason I'm not pulling out any scriptures because I'm out walking the dog right now. You know, and I don't have it on hand. So this is why I'm just talking and asking you a question. What do you want? What is it that you want? To have a nice big house? Okay, what then? To have a nice fancy car? Then what? What is it that you want? Your goal should be to uplift your people. Uplift your people. Change their mindset. Bring them back home. You know, you should be praying and hoping for the destruction of this wicked kingdom. But a lot of us trying to embrace these things. Just saying, well, it is what it is. That's wicked as hell. That means you weak and you ain't willing to put up a fight. Just accept what's going on. As if it's nothing to look forward to. It's crazy. You need to ask yourself, what is it that you want? Every day that you wake up, ask yourself that. When you look in yourself in the mirror, brushing your teeth and whatnot, ask yourself, what is it that you want in life, that you want for your people? What is it that you're going to do today that's going to make somebody change? Not even somebody else, but consider yourself. What is it today that you're going to do to make yourself better? How are you going to use your time more effectively today? What are you going to learn today that you didn't know yesterday? What kind of effort are you going to put forth? You know, a lot of our brothers and sisters coming to this truth on fire. As time go on, they start losing interest. They start slacking off, becoming slothful. You know how many precepts it is in the Bible talking about being slothful? The Lord know our people. He know our mindsets. We become slothful. We don't want to do this no more. We don't want to do that no more. You know, we consider it to be a waste of time. You know, if it ain't putting money in my pocket, why am I worried about it? That's our mindset as a people. We don't put forth the necessary effort to do the things that's needed. And we wonder why we end up in chaotic situations or in the same situation that we've been going through all our lives. We have made no changes. If you in this truth, yeah, you realize you're an Israelite. You realize you're supposed to keep the commandments, but are you? Are you just keeping the physical appearance? You know, you're not eating these foods anymore. That's a good start. I'm not knocking it. But is that it? Are you diligently seeking out of the book to learn the law that we forsook in the past to learn? And once you do that, are you going to teach anybody else? Or you just gonna keep rolling and say, well, it's up to them to do it. That's that nigga mentality from the world. If I figured it out, they can figure it out. You got to be going harder. How are you guiding your households? That's another question. If you really want this truth, if you love it like you say you do, or you'll die for it like you say you do, how are you running your household? Is your household in order? Are you teaching your family and your kids on a daily basis? If not, consider your ways. You know, it's a day-to-day reflection how we gotta examine ourselves. Day to day. Because I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to be just like my brothers and sisters are. And who are scattered all around the world. We should be striving every day to become better, to be perfect. Because it's commanded of us to do so, according to Matthew 5:48. We knowing we Israel, we should be striving to do better every day, not making excuses, not being involved in things that will not benefit us, like what that person got going on, or the latest movies, or politics, or foolishness like that. Those things do not benefit us. They do not help edify your people nor uplift them. But our people are engulfed in those things. You know, we gotta consider the things that we do. Realizing that this society that we live in is hell-bent on destroying your people. Starting with your kids. They tell you, we're coming for your kids. You see it. They promoting everything to the 2-3-year-olds. All the way through elementary, middle school, high school, college. Constantly attacking the kids to keep them destroyed so that they never believe you or the things that you speak of or that the Bible speaks of. They're trying to corrupt their minds and their manners. And you see these things going on, yet you do nothing about it. You stay more focused on your job, paying bills, resting up so you can go and hit that clock. If that's all that's on your mind, you're not ready for this truth, and you're gonna soon fall out of it. If the only thing on your mind is making money every day, you're gonna fall out of this truth. You're not focused on the Most High. If you're not reading His Word, you're not studying His Word, you're not applying His Word, you're not ready for this truth, and you're gonna fall out of it. Understand that. That's why you gotta examine yourself every day. You can't just be talking about it. You gotta be doing it every day. That's why the Lord tell us to do what? Go to the ant. Observe the ant. Observe the ant. Ant constantly going day in and day out. You stomp on his house. They getting it done. They rebuilding. One get taken out, smashed, hey, they keep it moving. They got a common goal. They building up their kingdom every day, putting in the work. Rain, sleet, or snow, they putting in work to build their kingdom. They know what's going on. They're not stopping. But you, on the other hand, you slacking, you becoming slothful, and everybody sees it. Whether you know it or not, you becoming slothful. You know, when you hang around slothful individuals, you yourself, that used to be mighty, start becoming slothful because the people that you hang around are slothful. Don't want to put the work in, want to make excuses and put time in everything else but for the Lord. So you too become slothful because the question is, what do you want from this truth? Got a newfound power, a new ability to strengthen yourself, just like with the movie, the character, X-Men, Wolverine, able to regenerate his health instantly. That's what these scriptures are. That's what your power is, being in this truth. But you don't want to use it. You just want to wear the costume. yourself this on a daily basis. What is it that you want? Your actions show what you want. Where your heart is, that's where your passion is. Or where your passion is, that's where your heart is. I think I said that backwards, but paraphrase. Where you constantly keep your mind and your focus at, that's where your passion is. That's what you love. If you neglect this truth and you put off reading, studying, your heart's not in it. If you consistently break the commandments for something worldly, you're not ready for this truth. You just in it for a show. Your actions dictate and they show what a man is. Understand that. But I'm gonna close up with that. And your brother Ananias. Well, I'm gonna close with a scripture. 1 Corinthians, I think it's 15:58. It says, paraphrasing, be ye steadfast, unmovable in this truth, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your work is not in vain. You know. So you gotta be always abounding in the Lord, in the work. Studying, reading, putting out video, passing out flyers, going out teaching, applying on a daily basis, studying, praying, fasting. Praying should not be something that's new to you. Fasting shouldn't be either. You know, I myself got to work on fasting more. But you got to be steadfast in this truth. Always. Not when somebody say something, but always abounding in the work of the Lord, in this truth. So your actions will dictate where your mind is at. But I'm going to close up with that. I'm your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And I hope and pray that you glean something from this message. Hope you take it cheerfully and build from it. But nonetheless, want to give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua for the abundance of all things. I appreciate you brothers tuning in. Brothers and sisters, excuse me. And on that note, say shalom, shalom, peace and grease. Much love, and I'm out.